This is session 2 of Gift Talks 2025. Session 2 is going to touch the buzz of this era, AI. A quick question to a few audiences here. What do you use AI for? Any guesses? Just call out from wherever you are. What do you use AI for? How to pronounce a word? Sometimes perhaps. Or perhaps, hey, somebody messaged this to me. What does this mean? Right? I think AI has become such an integral part of our lives. And the truth is, AI is a game changer. When you know how to use it in the right way, it can equip your business in many ways. But it is also true that there are so many fears around AI. At the same time, there is a lot of hope around AI. There are several questions around AI. At the same time, there are several answers through AI. Our next session is just about that. A focused presentation that examines how artificial intelligence is already changing personalization, sourcing, and campaign measurements in corporate gifting. Please welcome the AI guru of the day, Mr. Srikanth Acharya, founder and CEO of Offyneeds.com. Can you have a huge round of applause for him, please? A few words before the AI guru takes up. Mr. Acharya brings experience in platform thinking, automation, and personalization frameworks that are relevant to any brands, any of your brands here today. So, Mr. Srikanth, over to you.
Thank you so much. Is it clear? All right. Thanks very much for that introduction. You added a lot of pressure by saying the AI guru is here. I run a corporate gift and corporate gifts and custom merchandise company. But I'm very enthusiastic and very passionate. I think I'm a good learner. That's what I am. Okay, can you hear me? All right. I think what I am is a very enthusiastic learner. That is what I am. I'm very curious, so I like to play with any new tool that's out there, and I've had the opportunity to fiddle around with technology for quite a bit and with AI, and that's why I think they gave me this opportunity to talk about what AI can do in the space of corporate gifting specifically. Right. So I'm calling this title of today's session as the AI Playbook for corporate gifting, and I mean, this is the kind of content what you're going to expect over the next 20, 30, 40 minutes or so. I'm going to be talking about the speed, scale, and superiority of AI, right? Some of the examples which the host just mentioned is very basic, and a lot of us are using AI in a very basic. I'm going to try and show you its real potential, what it can really do to the best of my ability. Then I'm talking about what is the playbook of which is relevant for corporate gifting as per the way I understand it, and I'm targeting this specifically not for large enterprise organizations, but mostly for mid to small size organizations, how they can be using it to improve your own productivity. So I've broken that into 4 parts. First is understanding what is LLMs and what is the foundation and why LLMs are the foundation. I'm going to talk a little bit about that, and I'm going to show some tools all the way through. I'm going to talk about productivity tools, and I'm going to specifically focus on email and WhatsApp, how you can be using it, because these are the fundamental communication tools that we use. I'm going to talk about content and marketing. How can you use pictures, videos, text to speech, text to pictures, and text to video, and how can you make reels and all of that kind of stuff. And the last bit, I'm going to just touch a little bit about business automation and what tools can be used for business automation. But for larger organizations or for scaling, business automation is where the real magic is. And I'm not going to go too much in depth, but I'm going to talk about it. I'm happy to talk to anybody one-to-one about that. And I wanted to show you a live, interactive avatar demo. So what that basically means is I've created a digital avatar of myself, and I've trained it with some information about my background, about Offyneeds, about my views on corporate gifting, about entrepreneurship, about marketing, etc. And you can ask it any question and it will answer in my image, in my voice, right? But unfortunately the internet is not up to the mark, so I'll not be able to show that, and ask me for the link. You can test it out on your own a little bit later, and I'll end it with my advice on how corporate gifting companies should embrace AI, right? So let's begin with understanding the speed, scale and superiority of AI, right? Let's begin with speed. ChatGPT reached 1 million users in 5 days, okay? 5 days it's got 1 million downloads. That's the kind of speed it had, and 100 million users in 2 months. For reference, the television took 13 years to get to 100 million users. Facebook took somewhere close to 5 years. Instagram was lauded as the fastest one, which got to 100 million users in 2 years. I mean, that was really, really fast, okay? 100 million users is 10 crore people. That's almost 10% of India's population, right? ChatGPT reached there in 2 months. 2 months, 10 times faster than Instagram. And as of today, ChatGPT alone has 800 million users, or 80 crore, which is almost like 10% of the world's population, right? 10% of the world's population is using AI. I mean, this includes kids in Africa and the really struggling segment of the population as well, right? India is the second largest consumer of ChatGPT, and it's a very, very important segment for ChatGPT, and it tells a lot about why organizations like Apple, Google, OpenAI, Meta are going to take India seriously. We are one of the largest consumers. I mean, China is banned, right? China and India are the largest countries, and China doesn't allow any of these American players to be there. So that makes India a very, very prominent market, and that poses specific, I mean, if you look at the pricing, right? The pricing in US versus pricing in India for a lot of products there's a huge, huge difference which is there. That's a big advantage that is there for us Indians, and we should absolutely grab it, right? Talking about scale, companies are investing unbelievable amounts of money into AI, into servers, into GPUs, into GPU farms. There are, tens and hundreds of square kilometers of farm areas which are being converted into GPU centers, which means they are gearing up to say that there is so much usage which is going to happen. Just to give you a point of reference, Microsoft and Google have committed to invest 80 billion US dollars, okay? Meta, Apple around 65, OpenAI $40 billion. Just these 5 companies, top 5 companies alone, $325 billion, okay? How much is $325 billion? It is 28.5 lakh crore Indian rupees, okay? For context, India's entire 2025 budget for defense was $78 billion. Okay, one company alone, Microsoft, invested 80 billion, the same as India's defense budget, into AI. Only one company did that. To give you more context, Infosys's market capital, a company which has been in business for 40 years, employs close to 4 lakh people, is $72 billion. Okay, more than that, one company alone has invested into AI. Okay, that should give you an indication where the future is headed. As a matter of fact, the future is already here, right? So it's no more a question of is AI evil, is AI going to eat away our jobs or something. It's a opportunity that I think all of us should grab with both of our hands and make the most out of it. Stop complaining, saying employees don't work. AI is going to do a lot of your work, right? And the superiority of the AI, right? So just to give you an indication of how complex things can AI do. In 2024, the Nobel Prize for Physics went to these two gentlemen, John Hopfield and Geoffrey Hinton, in 2024, last year, for a particular segment in quantum physics, and this was possible only because of advancement in AI. They've documented it, saying that this was a very, very complex problem, impossible to solve without the use of AI, right? So now we treat Nobel laureates as like some of the most intelligent people on the planet, right? Now if they have to rely on AI to be able to do some of their things, you have to gauge how complex and how superior the quality of output and the quality of thinking of AI really is. 41% of software development in 2025 has happened through AI. Coders have not written it. Human software developers have not written 41% of the code. right? I want you to picture that. There are lakhs of software developers in India and across the world. 41% of their work has been done by AI. As we speak today, they say that AI and Claude and a lot of this AI is accessible to us today, right, at $20 per month, and a lot of it is even with free trials and things like that, right? The quality of software development that an AI can do is equivalent to or better than what a 1, 2, 3, 4-year-old, 3-4-year experienced software developer can actually output. That means companies are saying, why should I hire a fresher, right? An AI with good guidance can give me better output than what a fresher can give, and plus it doesn't take coffee breaks, doesn't ask for hikes, works on Saturday, Sunday, doesn't say I need to be pampered, etc., right? And by 2026, right, next year, it is expected that AI software development is going to be among the top 100 best. It's going to be as good as that, right? So just imagine, for $20, you're getting access to a software developer who is the best in the world, right? If you are just standing on the it, you're really missing a big opportunity. The way it is that I'm not a software developer. I understand technology. I really have love for technology. But let's admit it, until now, software developers were a different race, right? They were a different breed, right? They were super intelligent and they could do magic computing and internet, and which we could never understand. Now the playing field has been leveled. Any of us can actually start building an app. Okay, it's really cool. It's that simple. You don't need to really know coding to be able to develop simple apps. To be able to develop complex apps, you need to understand technology a little bit. But I wanted to use that to comparison to demonstrate the superiority. Do you want me to use this mic?
Yeah, you can use that also.
Okay, can you hear me? Okay, all right. So technology is also the devil sometimes. So it's funny that it had to happen during an AI session. All right, so that's the, just to get your context, the speed, scale and superiority of AI, right? So let me talk about what is the foundation of AI. We call it LLM, or large language model. LLM is basically a technical word to say it's the brain. Think of it like it's a brain. Okay, a large language model, in a very simple way put, is a sophisticated computer program which has been fed enormous amount of data. It's read everything that there is to be read in the internet. Okay, wherever it is on the internet, it has read it. Terabytes and terabytes of information, it has gone through it. It's gone through all everything that's there on the internet, the images, the videos, everything. It's gone through the internet. Now it's been trained to be able to take simple instructions from you and give you output the way you want it. That is what it is. Think of it, you say, hey, write me an email about this. It already understands the context, what's going on. Give me the top news of today. So what are some of the things that LLMs can do? It can answer questions. It can summarize documents. You give it a 100-page document which you received about some particular topic. It can summarize it for you. It can translate languages. It can think on your behalf. It can generate ideas. It can create stories. It can write code. You know, pretty much any of these kind of things it can do. It cannot emote. It can pretend like it has emotions, but it cannot replace humans in that way. But what it is it's a very good 24/7 assistant which is there, who knows everything, who remembers everything, and who just gives you the output the way you want it, right? So what are LLMs? These are some of the popular LLMs. There are probably more than 100 companies which are creating LLMs, but these are some of the most popular ones. We know ChatGPT from a company called OpenAI, Gemini is from Google, Perplexity is another company which is there, Claude, DeepSeek, Ollama, Grok, Mistral. These are some of the popular. I'm sure most of you are using ChatGPT, right? How many of you have paid ChatGPT accounts? Show of hands. Okay, rest of you, it's totally worth it. Okay, it's a $20 per month subscription. Just take it. The kind of things that it can do, it will really change, and that's the starting point, right? From there, you'll be able to explore a lot more. So I'm going to talk a little bit about the first three: ChatGPT, Gemini, and Perplexity, and the use cases in different ways, how you can use it in small businesses, but a little bit more in the context of corporate gifting. So ChatGPT, I think most of us have it. We have the app and things like that, but I want to talk a little bit about the lesser known features of ChatGPT, right? So ChatGPT has, at least when you take the paid version, some of these features may not be there in the free version. On the left hand side on ChatGPT, you will see something called Codex, Sora, and GPTs. I want to take a minute to tell you what these are, okay? Codex is the software developer of ChatGPT. It is something which you give it a prompt, you say I want to write an application which does this, which creates quotations, which creates invoices, which creates presentations, whatever application you want to build, you can write it in simple human language and it will give out the code for you. From an app development point of view, this is not the best, but this is a great start, right? Then there is something called Sora. Sora is their image and video generation module, and it was really cool until Google came up with Nano Banana a couple of weeks back. I will show you what Nano Banana is capable of. And there's something called custom GPTs. If you have a paid version of ChatGPT, you absolutely have to know what this custom GPT is. Custom GPT is where you can customize your own ChatGPT to do specific tasks. Okay. Now a lot of you know I write LinkedIn posts. Okay. Let me tell you a secret. I've created a custom GPT to write LinkedIn posts on my behalf. I've trained it with my top 10 performing LinkedIn posts of the last 1 year, and I've showed it this is the tone it needs to be speaking in, and I've trained it saying I'm going to give you a topic and I'm going to brainstorm it. The topic which I give is quite detailed, and I say give me back 3 angles which we can post on, and give me also a rating on which angle will perform how. So it will give me those 3 angles, then again I'll brainstorm it. So I've created a custom GPT for that. So it's really insane how you can use custom GPTs. It's a really cool tool. You should absolutely explore using custom GPTs. And then, there is my custom GPT, Srikanth Acharya, LinkedIn creator or something like that. That's there. There's something I've created, one thing called Gift Genie, something I'm fiddling around with, so you'll see some of my stuff here. Okay, then there is something called agent mode, okay. Now agent mode is really insane. If you switch on agent mode, it will take over your browser, okay, and as you're watching it, it will do stuff for you. Okay, so and I'm going to show, I wanted to show a demo, but the video I don't think will play here. It will take charge of your, whatever you want to do on a browser, what will you do? You'll go through your emails, you'll delete some emails, you'll do all of that kind of stuff, right? Agent mode can take on your browser and it can do stuff on your behalf. If you say, I have 10,000 emails that have come in my junk, now delete all of us know that Gmail doesn't allow you to delete more than 100 at a time, right? So you can use pretty much anything you want to do on a browser, you can allow it to do that, right? Deep research is another very useful tool, right? Large organizations can employ KPMG, Ernst & Young, and all these kind of big companies, consulting companies, to be able to do research, competition research, market research, to do all of those kind of, we don't know how to do that, right? But deep research is there. Again, almost all the LLMs have it. ChatGPT has a very good deep research model where you can use it to do market research. You can feed it specific information about what industry you are in from and what products you are into, what is the kind of audience. Give it as much information as possible and say do deep research and come back to me with what is the market opportunities which are there and things like that, right? It will come up with you will be surprised at how much it knows. It will search the internet, it will take a good 20 to 30 minutes to come back to you, but it will give you such a detailed report that, consultants will feel that they are going to go out of job, right? That's something that's amazing. Then you can use connectors. Now using connectors, you can connect it to your Gmail, you can connect it to your Drive, you can connect it to LinkedIn, and you can build a lot of workflows using that. So a lot of us are using very basic stuff in ChatGPT, fun stuff and things. Good, that's a good start, but you can really use it to do a lot more to help you grow your own business. I want to talk next about another LLM called Gemini. Now Gemini is a product from Google. For a lot of people, they said that Gemini was late because ChatGPT was already there, but Google had a big advantage, right? They already have G Suite. Okay, how many of you use G Suite? That is the Google for businesses, right? Yeah, that's you should be using. I don't know which other solution you'll be using, but if you use G Suite, and G Suite basically provides Gmail for business, Drive for business, Google Meetings for business, and Docs, Excel sheets, and Google Slides and everything for business. Now the beauty of Gemini is that it integrates seamlessly with this, right? And it feels like magic. Okay, most people don't use Gemini itself. Gemini looks very similar to ChatGPT. It has very similar features. It has an image generation feature. It has custom GPT, it's called GEMS, which is there and things like that. But I'll not talk about that because you're anyway using ChatGPT. But this is where the magic of Gemini comes into picture, where it integrates with Gmail. So on the right hand side here in Gmail, you'll be able to see an assistant which will ask you, you can ask it to do anything, reply to my emails, go through my emails and tell me the summary of this email, or pull out an email, create a calendar, all of those kind of things. Same thing in Drive and Google Docs. In Google Sheet, we hate writing formulas, right? Now what you can do is you can do killer stuff in, there is something called is equal to AI, one command which is there in Google Sheet, okay? You can put that command and you can say, let's say you want to write product descriptions of something, okay? Common thing that all of us need to do, right? So put the URL of say 10, 15, 20 products on the Google Sheet and put a command next to it saying is equal to AI, write me a clean product, go scrape this website which is there in this particular cell and write me a clear product description and you can give the guideline how the product description should be, and then you go out, have a chai and come back. 10, 15, 100, 20, as many products as you want, the product description is ready by the time you come back, okay? I'll give you a use case how I am doing it, okay? This is a little advanced use case. All of us we need to make presentations, right? PowerPoint presentations, clients will ask for options, put together 10, 15, 20 products and make a shittiest work to do, right? Nobody wants to do it, and no matter what you do, the presentation will look like some, second standard kid put it together, fonts are all over the place and all of that kind of stuff, right? So what I did is I built a two-part function using Google Sheets and using Google Slides, okay? We created an app script saying, let's say these are the 10, 15 products we need to put. We put the links of all those things in a Google Sheet, and we said we created an app script called Scrape. So when you hit that app script, so app script is basically the back end of Google Sheet. How did I write the app script? Very simple. I used ChatGPT to write the app script. I didn't write any software, okay? You can use YouTube to do this as well. And once you hit Scrape, it will visit those websites, whether it is Amazon, whether it is Flipkart or whatever website, it will visit that website. It will take that information and based on the instruction that you've given it, it will write the description, product, image, everything will come into that Google Sheet. Once you see it, you say, hey, this looks okay. This took about 30 seconds to do this, 10, 15, 20 products, whatever it is. Then there is another button that I put there saying create a presentation. You hit that create a presentation. It will again run an app script on Google Slide and it will make a neat presentation as per the format and give it to you. And again, another 20, 30 seconds, 1 minute max, right? So what would otherwise take probably 2-3 hours and give you a very, very shoddy output can now be done in 2-3 minutes or so. So the use cases are really, really interesting, but you need to throw yourself into it and try to learn it. Perplexity is another magical product. Interestingly, the founder of Perplexity is an Indian. I forgot the name of the person, Srinivas or something like that. He's from IIT Madras, and he's created an amazing product. Now this is Google, for starters, it's Google on steroids. Open perplexity.com. What is interesting is Perplexity Pro for the rest of the world is $20. If you have Airtel subscription, for Indians, Airtel subscribers, it's free. Okay, so just search on the internet, how do you get Perplexity Pro? So there are like more features come with Perplexity Pro and things like that. So what do you do on Google? You say, show me, let's say I put something here. This is not what you would put on Google, right? You will say that I'm looking for a holiday in Southeast Asia or Philippines or whatever it is, right? Then you'll get a bunch of leads. You'll open each one of these leads. You'll compare it, this, that, all that kind of stuff. On Perplexity, you can say, find me a holiday package for 2 people somewhere in Southeast Asia, whatever it is. It will go through all the links. It will mention to you which links it went through, and it will give you a summary of what it recommends for you. Okay. Now that is Google on steroids. But that's not all. It takes it one level further. Right down here, there are 2 buttons. Okay. So one is called research, another is called labs. Okay. Now these are again, like I mentioned in the deep research in ChatGPT, this is a more advanced version than ChatGPT. I've compared ChatGPT and Perplexity Pro, and the research quality that comes out of Perplexity Pro will blow your mind off. Find out about corporate gifting market, understand a lot of questions about your particular industry, who are the competitors, what is going on, what is the advantage, and what is what are the areas for your development and things like that. It will give you mind-blowing answers. And labs is something which will create documents for you. It will create business plans, it can create dashboards, it can create presentations, it can create documents which you can further use it somewhere. Now, to do the quality of work, you will probably spend a few lakhs, and most of us wouldn't. We are small business people, we can't spend lakhs with consultants, right? So it'll cost you that much. Perplexity Pro will do this for you, $20 for free. If you have Airtel, then absolutely free. In fact, if you don't have Airtel, just buy a SIM. I don't know how much an Airtel SIM costs, but take a SIM and take the Perplexity Pro free version, and it's life is jingalala. Okay. They have recently, that's not all, okay. Perplexity Pro has come up with a new browser, okay. Like Chrome, there is a new browser, it's called Comet. It's an AI-powered browser, okay. Now this browser might look very similar to your Chrome browser or Internet Explorer. You'll see I have so many tabs which are open here and things like that. Again, I wanted to show you a video here. The video is not, I'm not able to download the PPT and things like that. But this is what the browser looks like, typically like any other browser. On the right hand side, you have something called Assistant. Okay, when you click on Assistant and whatever you put on the Assistant, it will take charge of this browser and it will do stuff for you. Okay, I wanted to show you a demo of, I said, find me the best power banks on this Amazon website for 20,000 mAh with charge my or something, I put it there. So as you can see, this screen will light up and it will start opening the pages. It will start reading through the thing and it feels like magic, okay. And then it will give you a summary here. See, you see the summary that's there here. It says Anchor Power Bank, something, something. If I scroll down, and in the video I had scrolled down, it will give you a tabular summary saying, this is the product, this is the image, this is the price, this is the thing, and stuff like that, okay. I took it one step further. I said, add it to my cart, okay, and place the order for me. It did that, okay. If I have logged in, I logged in here, I took a risk, I logged in here. If I have logged in, it will add to the cart, my addresses are saved, it will go to the checkout page. If I give it my credit card, it will complete the purchase for me, okay. So it's going to that stage, okay. So we need to be adopting. If you are not taking action, if you are not taking, somebody is going to, right? Somebody who is, our competitor is not going to come from, it's going to be this. Our competitor is going to be some young kid who understands AI, who is using these kind of tools, that's there. Okay, so that's the basic of LLMs. LLMs are the brain of what AI is all about, and we need to learn how to use that. And I will talk a little bit more about productivity tools because this is something which is basic for any organization. How many of you hate emails? Anybody here who hates emails? I hate emails. I'm too lazy. I hate emails. I don't like to check my emails, and for some reason I have 3-4 emails which I need to check, one for this purpose, one for that purpose, and I hate it. If you have a team, everybody will keep you in CC for everything, okay, whether you're needed in it or not, and it's damn irritating that you need to keep going through it, what you'll miss out and things like that. So there is this one app called Superhuman, okay. You use Superhuman, it's really cool, okay. So it makes life so much easier. It's got a very, very simple interface, it's got shortcuts for a lot of things. Some of the features which I really like about it is a reminder, which is a one-tap reminder, one-tap reply. The feel is very, very smooth, and I feel it's a very effective way to check your emails and things like that. So now I check my email 1 or 2 times a day, and I'm done in about 5 minutes, right? Before it used to be just a source of stress for me, right? Another tool that I want to talk about here is for WhatsApp productivity. We would always wish if I could have a assistant, personal assistant, wouldn't that be cool, right? So there is an app called Memore, M-E-M-O-R-A-E, something like that. It's not an app actually. It's just a WhatsApp number where you can chat with, and it can function as your personal reminder. It's an AI-powered personal reminder. You can say, hey Memore, remind me about this tomorrow morning, or this is my task list, or set a calendar for me. You can integrate it with your Gmail and it can set a calendar for you. It can do a bunch of things, okay. It's just $3 per month, and you have a personal assistant on no new apps. You're already used to WhatsApp, right? We love WhatsApp, right? We all love WhatsApp. Good morning messages to forward messages to everything. Let's use it for something productive. I think Memore is a really good tool. It can read images. If you put a handwritten note, if you put a label, if you put a product, it can read those. It can read voice notes. Don't feel like typing, no worries. Just put a voice note to it and it will understand. It can work in some 100+ languages. I have not tried any apart from English, but they say it works with multiple languages, and it's a really good personal reminder, follow-up, and all those kind of things you can do, right? I always forget what my wife asked me to get, while coming back from office. So this is a lifesaver for me. Another thing is AI-powered WhatsApp CRM. Now, Crya is interestingly, it's an Indian company. There are quite a few WhatsApp-based CRMs, and Crya does a fantastic job of using AI along with that, right? Lot of features, the simplicity of it and things like that. What I like the most about it is the quality of follow-ups that Crya can do at scale, right? We all agree that follow-ups is where the money is, correct? You have to keep following up till you get the order. And let's admit it, your sales guys will not do follow-ups. They will follow up once, a great sales guy will follow up twice, an extraordinary sales guy will follow up thrice. Okay, but you get the order after you follow up 7 times. Is that correct? Okay, so that's where a tool can do this, and there are plenty of tools where you can automate it, but those tools feel very templatized. It feels like, hey, this name, first name, and all that kind of stuff, right? But this does a conversation powered thing. It feels like a human is on the other side. It really feels like there's a human on the other side. And somehow it's not easy to crack that on WhatsApp, because WhatsApp has a lot of restrictions with respect to API usage and all those kind of things. But I don't know how, but these guys have cracked it, and it's pretty interesting. If you're looking for a CRM kind of a solution, this is something that you should explore. Okay, good so far. Can I get some water? Okay. Let me talk a little bit about content marketing. Am I okay? The speed is okay? Want me to explain anything? I'll open up. Maybe I'll have 10-15 minutes for Q&A. I'll be happy to answer anything. Okay, content and marketing is a very, very important piece of what we do. We are into corporate gifting, right? We have to show great images of the products that we deal with, right? So here are some tools which are really cool. Canva, how many of you use Canva? Show of hands. Okay, awesome, great to hear that. Canva is really good, okay? Canva has been there around. Canva is actually a replacement for Photoshop, but now AI is replacing Canva. But Canva is doing a decent job catching up. What I like about it, the AI within Canva is not great, okay? So Canva has Canva AI, and it's got a bunch of, but Canva is really, really rich because of the templates that it has, tools that it has, and things like that. So if you prefer doing things yourself, then Canva is a great tool. It's an alternative. If you have some decent design skill, decent time to work, Canva is amazing. Now where Canva is really cool is because of all the templates, but specifically in corporate gifting, it's got these two features, okay? There's something called product photos and there's something called mockups. We need to make mockups and show to our clients, right? What this mug looks like with the logo, what this t-shirt, hoodie looks like with the logo, tote bag looks with the logo, and things like that. So there is a particular tool inside of Canva which will help you do that, okay? So on product photos also, if you take a picture of a product using your mobile phone and feed it to it, it will clean up the background and stuff like that and make it look like the picture was professionally taken. It does a pretty decent job. It doesn't have too many options, but it does a pretty decent job. And mockups also, it does a great job, except that the products cannot be of your choice. Popular products are there, sublimation mug and bottle and round neck t-shirt and hoodies, and the common products are there. But if you say this is my product, make a mockup, that is something which Canva cannot do. For that, you got another AI powered tool which is blowing the pants off of people. It's called Nano Banana from Google Gemini, okay? The way to access it is go to gemini.google.com or download the Gemini app, right? I'm not sure whether it works from your phone or not, but on the browser it works, and when you, the plus button where it will be there, the tools to choose, there will be something called Nano Banana, okay? Like how Sora is the image and video generation arm of ChatGPT, Nano Banana is the latest video and image generation tool from Gemini. Now what's interesting is until now, ChatGPT, Claude, any of these AI generators would blur out the logos for some reason, some copyright, I don't know, whatever reason. You put up a logo, on the markup it looks like something totally different, and that was very, very irritating. Google said, I don't care, they're using the logos the way you give it, which is great news for all of us, right? So here's a prompt which I gave. I fed it a backpack, an image of a backpack, okay? So a shameless plugin, I own this brand called Vantora, we have a stall right there, please do come. And that's a Vantora bag image which I put up there, along with the CNBC logo. And I said, okay, create a mock-up of the bag, and you can have spelling mistakes. It says for the bag, I don't know what it means. For the bag with the CNBC logo, the image should be such that a person is standing at a metro station platform waiting for the train to you can write how you want, and this is the output it gave. Cool, right? Right? Does that deserve a round of applause? Yeah? Okay, give it a round of applause then. Not for me, for Gemini, for Nano Banana, right? So I think it's really, really cool. You can turn this into a video, okay? Take this and feed it again into Nano Banana, and this is the image icon. You can choose the video icon and say, show me a video of this guy taking the bag and running into the metro station. Whatever it is that you put, you will get a 5 to 8 second video of that happening. You can give that prompt and it will give you whatever you want, right? You can give Indian person, Sri Lankan person, whatever you give it, it will give you that output, right? That's the beauty. You can be clear what you want, and the beauty of this AI is the more clearer you are, the better the quality of your prompt, that is going to be output. Your prompt needs to be this long, okay? If you're lazy and we give short prompts, you will get lazy outputs which is not, and then you say AI kaam nahi karta hai. It's not the case, okay? But also there's a hack, okay? If you don't want to write such long prompts, go write in ChatGPT what you want and say give me an elaborate prompt. It will give you that prompt and paste that prompt here, right? So that's something which you can do. Alright, so this is Nano Banana. I mean, you absolutely have to try out Nano Banana. It's insane. It's really insane. And again, students get it 1 year subscription free. It comes free along with the Google Suite which we have and all that kind of stuff. I'm not sure about the exact pricing of it, but right now everybody's in the mood to give everything free to Indians. Okay, so grab it. We Indians love free stuff, right? Just grab it while it still lasts. Okay, this is a product called 11 Labs. Okay, 11 Labs is a company which can turn text into speech. Okay, so what you can do is there are plenty of, okay, this is all some of my, I've trained my own voice, so I've put in about 1 hour of my own recording and I've trained it so that it sounds like me. But there are also, if you don't want to do that, there are plenty of generic Indian voices, American voices, this, that, whatever it is, there are plenty of voices which are there. So you can put anything. I actually had an audio clip which would read out whatever I've written there. I wanted to show you a demo. Again, Gauravji, next time better internet so that I can do live demos maybe. So yeah, 11 Labs is a cool software where you can create text into speech. It can sound really sound like you, okay? If you guys are following me on LinkedIn or Instagram, you would have seen some of the reels which I'm putting in, and all those reels are AI generated. I am not shooting in front of camera, that's not me speaking at all. So if you are, I mean, follow me, right, and look up those videos and you'll really realize how cool it is. But audio on its own is not of much use, right? That's where you can use another software called HeyGen. HeyGen, you can create avatars, and that is where I wanted to show you a live demo of an interactive avatar. But you can create a digital avatar of yourself. It will look like you, body language will be like you, it will smile like you, and pretty much everything like you. And you put the speech, you put the text, and the output will come out as if you are speaking, right? So one of the places where we are using it in a lot of places, including Instagram videos and things like that. One of the places where I'm very interested, where I'm using it is, I'm creating a lot of training content, but I don't have the time to sit and record it, okay? So I'm working on a project that I've created 20 chapters, okay? Each chapter is about 1 hour long, okay? No point for guessing. The script for this, the workbook for this, the presentation for this, everything is coming from AI, okay? And then the script, I'm feeding it into HeyGen, and I'm creating 20 hours of training content, 20 hours of training content, okay? Anybody who's done any video recording will know the effort that it goes into making 20 hours of content which is there, right? That you can do. Again, I think we are using a subscription which is, I think $100 per month or something like that, right? You can generate kick-ass quality content. Okay, this is another feature within AI, within HeyGen. It's called user-generated content, or where you can place your product within the video. Okay, the way to do it is, there is something called product placement or something like that in HeyGen, where you upload your picture, I'm a product image, whichever product you want, right? I uploaded some bottle which I found on the internet. You choose a model, there are multiple models. Next time I'll choose an Indian model, but I just chose her, I liked her, so I chose her, and it will generate an image of she holding that bottle in 30 seconds, okay? It showed me all these images. I chose something, I think I chose one of these things, and then I say next step, then I put the script there. Okay, it says I'm loving this water bottle, it's great quality, da, 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 whatever it is, and she will say that. She will hold this bottle and say, I love this quality, this is good, this is that, and this is actually a video. Again, Gauravji, I'm not able to play because the internet is bad. Okay, so in about, like it took me 1 minute, 2 minutes maybe to create this video. So it's really up to your imagination how you can do this. Sorry sir, you're saying something. I'm sorry? No, it's not, this is a PDF. I was not able to send them the PPT because of obvious reasons, right? Video editing is a challenge, right? Everybody agrees, ठीक है चलो video कुछ तो करके phone से ले लेंगे. How to edit it, how to clip it, how to put it together, how to put the captions, how to do all of AI, bhai. Okay, there are plenty of tools which you can use AI to do this. This particular thing is called Submagic. Okay, I think Submagic is again $20 per month or something like that. It's insane. It's really insane. Okay, you just put your video into it, and if you can get as much. Why I like Submagic is that it's a good balance between control and AI. Okay, so there are some tools which will just do it and give you the output. You can't edit it too much, and there are some where you need to do too much editing. This is a good balance. So what it will give you a first template saying this is what it is. It will mix B-rolls. It will search. B-rolls are random videos which come up, right? Where when you're saying, hey, I went to Mumbai and Mumbai picture video will come up, and I was there at the railway station video will come up, all that kind. Those are called B-rolls which come in between videos, right? It will pick up the B-rolls on its own, right? You don't have to put it in or anything. And from your script, it will form the captions. It will turn it into transcribe, and it will put it, what format do you want? Do you want Harmozzi's format, or do you want, you know, Beast? What Beast is that? Mr. Beast format. There are so many formats which are working already in the internet. So you just choose that format and it will come, and it will get you the output in no time, right? And if you want to convert long format videos into shorter reels, just feed the entire 30-minute, 40-minute video. Let's say you guys had this conversation some time back, right? Or I've been blabbering on for almost 40 minutes now. You don't want to see this entire thing. If you have this recording, put it into Submagic and say, give me 10 of the best reels, go to sleep, have a good cup of chai or beer or whatever you like, and come back. You will have 10 reels fully edited, ready to post into Instagram, all right? So that's something which you can really do really cool. So that's about image and everything. And the real power of all of these things comes when you go next level laziness. Where you say, मेरे को ये नहीं करना है. I don't want to write prompt. I don't want to save, download, put it here. I don't want to do all of these kind of things. I want somebody else to do it for me. That's where workflow automation comes into picture. Okay. Now workflow automation can seem slightly complex, but if you learn to use it, it's really cool. It's like these drag and drop flowcharts. This is a software called make.com. Okay, it's called make.com. It will integrate pretty much any software you can think of, whether it is Zoho, whether it is Facebook, whether it is Google, whether it is Gmail, whether it is Google, you name it, they already have an integration. Okay, so you can integrate multiple software. For example, it can say, go to Shopify, every time there is an order, push it into Google Sheet, and depending on what is happening to that, you either send a Telegram bot or maybe send a Telegram as well as send an email. This is a very simple workflow automation which is there, right? And you can also integrate, now this is a simple workflow. There is no thinking which is happening. It's automated, saying if A, do B, right? But you can also integrate an AI model here in between. One of these nodes can be an AI model, which is an open AI or a Claude AI model which is there, and you can say, analyze on your own, think what the customer is trying to say and respond accordingly. Let it do its thinking, let it do its magic, right? So when you integrate all of these kind of things is where the real magic starts to happen. And yeah, so that's where the magic really starts to happen. I really want, it may seem like it is sophisticated and it's too much. I'm not a technical person. It's exactly for you, right? I'm not recommending tools which are for sophisticated people. I don't use make.com, okay? I use something called N8N, which is a little more sophisticated. I'm not recommending that for you. This is very easy, drag and drop, right? And as you start doing it, you'll realize, actually, if I give a ChatGPT prompt saying, give me a make.com workflow which needs to do this, it'll give you out a JSON file and you can do it. So it's really cool how lazy you can get if you start playing around with this, okay? Alright, so I actually wanted to show you a live demo of the interactive avatar, and any of you can come and check with me. I'll send you a link play around with it, ask me weird questions, let's see what it says. So I want to end this by giving you some advice. Nobody asked, but I'm giving anyway, right? So it's not a question of, is AI going to take away our jobs? AI is going to take away jobs of people who are doing very mundane work. Okay, it's going to happen. But the opportunity is here that you can learn to use AI, use it as your friend, and use it as a tool to be able to improve, and then you become a phenomenal asset, right? I mean, TCS apparently laid off 12,000 people, and layoffs are coming, boss. No two ways about that. Huge layoffs are coming. A lot of people are going to lose jobs, but the people who are going to lose jobs are the ones who are refusing to learn and upgrade themselves, okay? And what is actually happening, and this is really unfortunate, is that once people cross their 35, 40, 45, they're so tired in their life, they don't want to learn anything. They are in the retirement, they already early retirement ka baat chal raha hai. So what happens, a Gen Z employee who's learning this comes to Gen Z employees like this, okay? Now when ChatGPT has all the knowledge in the world, what use is your experience, right? A Gen Z guy can leverage on all the knowledge that is there and can come as 1/10 of the cost and can do 10 times more work, and they will learn things faster, right? So your competition is actually Gen Z, okay? These young kids, and I learned this early and I've hired interns. It's amazing what a 10,000 rupee intern is able to do for me, okay? It's crazy. I have just 3 or 4 interns and they are able to do kick-ass stuff, and not genius interns, okay? These guys came, they didn't know anything. I put them 1 week after 1 week after 1 week after training, and now they're, you should see the way they walk. Now they're like cool studs in the office, right? Who know to do magic, right? That's the confidence which is there. So what my advice to you is, start now, don't wait, okay? And don't think that this is getting too complex, it's too technical for me, it's not for me. Just start dabbling with it. It's actually it's as simple as you are willing to learn, okay? It's that much, right? And experiment relentlessly. Try different software. $10, I mean, you'll go to Starbucks, you'll spend more than $10 here, okay? You'll go to any movie, or you'll go to a pub or whatever, right? Netflix. Think about all the other things. When you say, I don't have time, think about how much time you're spending on Instagram, how much time you're spending on Netflix. You know, this is not an option anymore, right? It is an absolute must have. And focus on use cases, not just, it's very easy to find something on Instagram and do something and it's a flashy thing, right? Do that, it's okay just to learn, but the real opportunity is when you're able to do some things which should take a lot of time. Lovely from my team is right here, and it would take long time for her to make presentations, right? To make presentations, and I would always complain, Lovely, this is so dirty, it is not how it's supposed to be done, right? Now, it can get, so focus on use cases which can actually make, give you instant ROI, right? That's what my advice is. I hope I made sense. You guys were listening, so that means it must have made some sense. So I'm Srikanth Acharya, thank you so much for your time. You can connect with me on LinkedIn or Instagram, and now go and watch the reels which I've shared on Instagram and on LinkedIn, and you'll start to realize, is this really AI? How much of this is AI? How much did he actually shoot? You heard me for 40 minutes. See whether that sounds like me. The body languages and the sound, is it like me? Let me know in the comments. Like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much. Thanks so much. I'm happy to take questions. I don't know if that's okay. I seem to have about 13 more minutes, or I don't know, some time is there. So if any of you have questions, I'm happy to take it on the stage, off the stage, whatever you prefer. Yes.
Check. One question perhaps you can answer is, we know that we're giving all the content, and with agentic AI there, can you touch base a little upon data privacy? Because most of our brand information is going to be confidential.
Yeah, I mean, that's a genuine concern, okay? That's a really genuine concern which is there. See, most, we don't know really. I mean, we cannot trust anybody, right? You cannot trust Google, you cannot trust Facebook, you cannot trust any of these guys. But there are enterprise versions when you're taking anything for free, no, you are the product. We all know that. We have heard that enough number of times, right? When you are on free Gmail, you are the product. Why are they giving you Gmail for free? Because they can understand your profile and give you to the right bidder as target audience in advertising, right? That's what they do. But when you are in G Suite, there are a lot of protection which is there in place. So there is, at least they say that there is certain level of data protection and things like that. So if you are using it for enterprise applications, use the paid versions and use it with caution. It's a very new technology which is there and it's scary as hell, right? So don't, just because Srikanth said, don't go and give off your credit cards to it and then say, this happened to me. Hacks are happening, okay? Data security is a major concern. There is so many things which are getting hacked and it is becoming, there is something called prompt injection which is happening because of which people are doing. Technically there are a lot of things. Because of that, cyber security is like a happening. If you are a cyber security expert, you are getting paid left, right and center, which is there, right? So that's something which you should take with caution. But having said that, you have to take your chances. All right. So thank you so much. Thanks so much for the opportunity. It was really nice speaking to all of you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Srikanth. Continue to remain on the stage. Like Mr. Srikanth said, AI is a game changer. If you do not know how to use it, somebody who knows how to use it will replace you very soon. Thank you so much for those insightful session, and I would now request Mr. Gaurav Juneja to come and felicitate our guest for his impeccable knowledge sharing. A huge round of applause for Mr. Srikanth Acharya.